Okay, we're about to enter first of the prisons on the plane between planes. Prison of the Lord of Air. The magic power of Earth whirls around this cocoon-like encasement of earth and rock. A cry of torment like a dying wind issues from within. Oh, let's see what we can expect from this.
Let's go.
Crystal Vocal, Crystal Guardian. Pretty standard stuff so far. I'm more interested in the size of this. It doesn't appear to be that big. We're not taking that much damage on there.
No match for me.
Die already. See, that rock blast is so goddamn damaging. I still don't understand why it's the exception. Thanks.
Why should I know? Never seen one before. Why should I know?
They
Why should I
resist
know?
fire damage pretty well for dark magic. Didn't take much damage
Never
from
seen
that.
one before.
Sure what to do with them. Spell effects get stuck from time to time. We've been here quite a long time if torchlight runs out. Just a quick look.
Very weak.
Nothing that impressive. Armageddon. Endurance reiterated plus leave them. Really, we don't need equipment. That's all we're ever gonna need. Money is somewhat important just because our trading is so expensive at this point. This will probably be the most annoying of these prisons because this has the air. I mean earth creatures. They're much more resistant to the other ones.
Got it.
Victory is ours.
Stream of arrows is quite impressive. The guys with the swift bows are the ones who shoot at an insanely rapid pace. Hey, Airlord Self. Who is there? Am I finally to be released? Yeah, release Shallowwind. Thank you for releasing me. I go now to restore order to my realm and to do what I can for yours. Know that Shallowen, Lord of Air, holds you in his favor. Yeah. And there was much rejoicing. Let's recall beacon, plane between planes, and play. Next, they seem to be fairly short excursions, so we'll do all of them now. Yeah, we're not hitting anything really, yeah, but with the explosive bow, everything's quickly handled. It does really make a huge difference. Don't dismiss her. Prison of the Lord of Earth. The maelstrom energies of air magic hold together an egg of cloud mist. You can hear the faint but clearly angry howling coming from the strange structure.
Looks like this one's alright.
What the hell is happening? They're attacking through the floors. Huh? What? We have feather fall if something goes wrong. Well, that was a quick one. Release mortals, good. You are not of my tormentors. Release me from this place. I will not harm you. Please go out. I am free. Now will he who was fool enough to jail me, this destroyer, feel my wrath, that I, the Lord of Earth, am called Growlcore the Cruel, is no mistake. The suffering I have felt will be his return in multitudes. Next. Our flight spell has run out. Anything else running out? Yes, yeah, we need to beat the Hour of Power cast. Next up, Southwest. We'll see how much experience points do we have. Quite a bit. After we release these guys, we'll probably do what? I don't think there's any point in trying to raise levels at this point. Prison of the Lord of Water. Forces of fire magic heat cylinder of iron to red hot heat. The hiss of steam make you wonder if the thing is full of boiling water. Yeah, these don't really correspond properly. This should be the prison of the air lord.
Find him.
Okay, this is a bit of a problem. We'll try to hit that and you will get the soul drain. We can't soul drain with both of them because we already have wool magic, so we want to cast some normal attack spells with this one. Maybe wait a turn or two before casting the other soul drain.
I don't know.
A little bit more.
Ow! I don't know.
Take this.
Victory is ours.
I don't know.
That wasn't so bad.
Okay, this is our actual lava, so better not stand in it. This can't be too long. We won't survive too long.
No match for me. Huh. Very weak. Very weak.
Not that special. Philosopher's Stone, Catalyst, we don't want those.
Very weak.
I'm not too interested in those.
Ow! That wasn't so bad.
Out of my way. Nightmare.
I don't know.
Yep. We need to... Nightmare isn't taking damage from physical attacks, really. To try something else.
I don't know.
Yeah, that should be good enough.
I don't know. No match for me. Very weak. Huh. Very weak. Huh.
These are
Very weak.
solid items. But what's the point? Not much point. Waterlord set. Release Aqualander. The Destroyer is a fitting moniker for one who would imprison me in such a fashion. If it were not for you, I, Aqualander, Lord of Water, would have soon perished. My passing would have had an unbalancing effect across all the planes. Thank you. I go now to set things right. Not you. Time to recall beacon plane to place. One more to go and we are tired. We've been at this a long time. In game time. Characters haven't had a good rest for a long time now. Okay, this shouldn't be too bad. Prison of the Lord of Fire. Although the air temperature is quite warm, this part of ice does not melt. Yeah, that looks like a part of ice, doesn't it? The elemental power of water magic whirls about it, keeping it winter cold. These are wrong. They should have been the water prison.
Let's
who cares?
go.
Who cares?
We did it! We did it!
Yeah. This long range combat is something we'll win. Let's withdraw a little bit.
That wasn't so bad.
More elementals.
We need to leave.
I don't want to leave. Yep. I don't get why these are so pink and instead of actually red. They're supposed to be ruby or emerald or sapphire, and why not change colors? It might be because I'm using a software renderer to avoid the flickering problem with the recording. So it's very possible that there are the proper colors if you use a hardware accelerated renderer.
Ow!
Sapphire.
Very weak. Very weak. Very weak.
No shit. Total trash. I'm genuinely surprised they put such trash here. Especially since every other place here has been full of good stuff. Now we've found the one place that is absolute trash.
Huh. Very weak.
Yeah. Weak is the word. Free me quickly, I have survived so far, but it is only a matter of time before I am extinguished and released Piranha's. Free at last. My torment is over, but what of my subjects? I know the Destroyer has them compelled to a terrible task. My presence will soothe them. I must go to restore order to my realm and yours. Before I return to the Plane of Fire, I will gather with the other lords. Together we will set things right. Be warned, our actions will destabilize the Crystal Gateway. Leave now for your home, lest you be trapped here forever. Inform Xanthor of what happened here. Well, we'll use actually I think we'll finish up the game if we can. We'll use the teleportation system to visit Incator. In Eschaton spells. Yeah. That shows how much of a villain he is. Can't even remember his name. Ah, let's meet him. Nothing happened. So we'll go to the center then.
Tell them I have failed.
Congratulations, Julia is level 62 Lich. Excellent work by thwarting the destroyer of worlds. You have pulled your world from the brink of unending oblivion. Not only may life continue, but a new peace reigns over Shadowmere. The mighty alliance you forge will see to the land restoration and eventual prosperity. Total time 2 years, 5 months, 24 days. Score 3192. And that was Mightymatic 8, Day of the Destroyer. I think this is an okay game, but I feel this is a downgrade from the 7. There are some decent things, but mostly the user interface is worse. You don't make a party anymore, but you have to. I don't see what the goddamn point is that doesn't allow you to make your own party. It was a great thing. You can afterwards, but it's not quite the same because they're not your characters anymore. They're NPCs you pick up. So in ways you can make the party you want, but you can't start with the party you want. It might be fairly, especially if you want some oddities like many knights in your party. It's gonna take a huge amount of time to play to that point where you can get those guys in your party. So in the meantime, you either have to, it's extremely painful to play, or you have to keep people that you never wanted to be in your party in the first place. So I don't really see what's the good point of this. You just make one character, because you're not playing with. This isn't that kind of role-playing game where you actually play a role. And it's a heavy role-playing focus. You basically just make a character that gets level ups. You have no character in your characters. You have no role-playing opportunities. You just hack and slash and explore. That's fine, but yeah, I don't get the decision. Also, the go to the 4 elemental planes. That was probably, if you played role-playing games, that was an old thing by the time you reached age 8. So, and it's sort of forces a design when you repeat the same team 4 times, so it's just dull, and the ending is sort of a flat, in my opinion. There's no final confrontation of any kind, and the Escatons, that's his name, the final guy, even if you don't fight it, that's fine, but you really have no choice to do anything but to play the riddle game with him to gain access to the prisons, and that's it. It feels like there should have been a final showdown of some kind, or a final push of some kind. The hardest part, as far as playing goes, were much earlier in the game. The last part was sort of a fight against enemies you were already comfortable with dealing earlier on, with no end boss, no nothing, no decisions made. So it's not a bad game, but if I compare it to 7, for example, it's I really didn't enjoy playing this that much because the party wasn't really mine. because the plot didn't have or the story that is, it doesn't really have a good climax, and there's a lot of repetition, needless repetition. There, yeah, it's better at the early part of the games, but it doesn't end at a high note. Boring mage, repetition, no real final confrontation of any kind. So yeah, it's a good. In some parts it's better than the 7, but yeah, overall I think this falls below it. And the Mathematic 9, I don't think I will ever even in play, because that continues to go downhill, and I have really little interest in playing that. I might at some point, but definitely not for a while. But yeah, that's Mathematic 8. An okay game, and definitely if you enjoy earlier parts of this, like 6 or 7, it's a good enough playthrough. It might not be the top 10 role-playing games of all time, but you can. It's enjoyable to play through once. Let's see if we can. Can we? In the previous version, we had a little thing that happens when you click. How about this one? It tells you that you saved this ending screen, and you can put it on your wall. You can not put it on your wall, but you can print it out as a proof that you finished this game. It's hilarious in my opinion. But yeah, I think this is it. I'll try to exit it. No, congratulations adventurers, we hope that you enjoyed playing Mathematic 8 as much as we did making it. We have saved this screen in your MM8 directory. You can print it out as proof of your accomplishment. Oh yes. If there's one kind of trophy I'll take from this game, these Mathematic games, it will be those printouts as proof of my huge accomplishment playing a game to the end. And look how happy we all are about that, except for the Dark Elf. She's not impressed. And yeah, we'll end it at that. There's nothing after this. Well, the game will, at least 7 continues after that, so let's see what happens here. Yeah, game does continue. You can do things you want to. There are some quests we didn't finish. Let's take a quick peek at the crystal is gone. Still on the map though. I wonder if we can teleport there. Recall beacon. Yes, we can. Well, enough of that. That's the game, so goodbye.